Hi again, everybody. It's me, Josh, back for one more game tonight. So, this time it's a four-player game on France, and a really strong game, too. It's me, amitss1, mastaba, and psteinx. Alright. You've seen all these, again, all players that you've seen win plenty of games on this channel, so should be a good one. I'll just take my 4 plant for 8. See how much these people bid the 3 up, though. The 3 tends to get a little more bidding on France because you can do the triple Paris build. You're like guaranteed to get that with the 3 plant. I know Stein in particular is very fond of bidding a good amount of money for the 3 and doing that. Stein pays 9 for the 4 plant. Okay, I'll bid the 3. I'll bid $4 for the 3 plant then. See if anyone pays 5 for it. On France, they probably will. Also, remember with this being France with the cheap uranium, 11 is always the next plant drawn after 10, and the 13 is removed from the game. So there's actually 1 fewer plant total in the deck on France compared to the other BSW maps. So that makes the game move a little bit more quickly toward step 3. It's a good little thing to note. I'll take the 5, sure. I haven't seen a bad plant drop yet. Okay, never mind. Welp. I mean, okay, 12 is at least decent on turn 2. It's not like if 19 or 14 dropped. So, okay, that's okay. It's okay. 37 came in. 46 will go under the deck this turn, though. Okay. Okie dokie. So, I will obviously max out the coal buys in order to hurt the 8 as much as possible. Otherwise, 8 just gets coal too cheap and becomes kind of OP, even building last. Plus, it's France, and like France is the easiest map to build last on, I feel, out of the BSW maps. Mastaba goes with the single build in Aqua, which is very reasonable. That's what I would do also with the 3, personally. I prefer that over the triple Paris. Stein is going to do triple Paris, though. Yep. Stein always loves triple Paris. God, he loves it so much. In this scenario, the best play for me would be to build 2 here, I believe. And I think that's Lyon and Saint-Etienne. Saint-Etienne because it's my cheapest city from Lyon, and also it will block Mastaba from expanding north until step 2, which is very important for me. Right? Yeah. Here's the question, though. Do I build Dijon instead? Dijon is safer, but a lot more expensive. I mean, I'm definitely building a second city because that doesn't affect my turn order. I think I'll just keep it safe. Keep it cheap. I do risk amitss building near me, but honestly, amitss I think should build near Stein instead. Stein is the player that needs to be kept out of these cities here, I think. Force Stein to go into blue, leaving him with fewer cities during step 1. Yep, that's the correct build. Absolutely the play, I think. Because the nice thing is, it's safe for amitss to build those because then you get a cheaper connection to Reims if you build this way. And amitss should be able to build Reims before Stein, because Stein cannot afford to build next turn. Plus, this is good now because I should be able to get Dijon before like Stein will jump in there, say. Alright. So this is where it gets interesting. pass on 10, though. Like, you could make an argument for clicking on 10, but yeah. With my extra coal stored, I maybe should have put in, like, a bid on the 10, though. Maybe. With 24 blocking the market, 11's not going to go cheap. I still have to fight for it, though. And after that, I get the 12, and 12, I mean... 10, I guess the paying 11 for the 10 might be better than paying 12 for the 12, I guess. Oh yeah, 37. No. 24, 37, 50. Is it quite worth this? Nah. 19, like in the larger like multiplayer games, honestly, that feels about right to me. Now here's what I'm thinking about. 39 being drawn. I'm surprised amitss is bidding on the 12. I'll pass and hope for a drop. I could have gotten like 18 or 21 there, which would have been fantastic. As is now, though, I think I'll go for the 9. This should secure bottom spot in the turn order for me. And we can try again for a better plant next turn. There's 22, which is pretty good to see. That'll be pretty good for turn 3. But we might get something even better after that. We shall see. I was very, very surprised at amitss buying 12 in this situation. Definitely buy my extra coal now. And extra oil, both. Yeah. Yeah, I'll do that because both should be in demand with the players after me. Mastaba could potentially afford 3 cities, which would be very good for him because of these being cheap. And 11 was a good price, but not too ridiculous, so I could see him being able to afford that. Okay, he can't afford a 3rd. That's good news for me. Well, Dijon will definitely be my 3rd city, in any case. Stein's not in a particularly good way with 4 plus 10 there. $15. Well, 22 is worth some bidding now, for sure, given this state of affairs. Mastaba, I don't really see buying a plant here. This is not good timing for him with 22, because it's already very cheap for Mastaba to power 2 cities. And if Mastaba buys 22 here, he's probably not going to be able to power any more than 2 cities again. I shall bid. I'll pass, though. It's getting to the point now where I cannot afford Dijon, if I were to bid that further. 22 is worth just a little bidding there, I think. Not too much more. Everyone passes to me, and And now I go for 15, for sure. And I can buy 1 extra coal and build Dijon. Yes. Wow, there's actually a non-zero chance of 36 coming onto the market next turn, believe it or not. I don't think that's the most likely thing in the world, but it'd be funny if it happens. I have, in all my games on here, I've seen 36 come onto the market exactly once before step 3, and it single-handedly cost that player the game. It's really, really rough to deal with that coal vortex there. That was a game with a lot of other big coal plants, too. I think, like, 20, 25, and 31 may all have been in the game as well, or something ridiculous like that. And amitss builds Reims as expected to block Stein. Stein should build Orleans now for sure. Yep, obvious. Because all his other places got blocked. Amiens, Reims, and then Dijon. The other places Stein could have potentially gone. We took all of those on this turn. Leaving him with just the rest of blue there. Which is fine. $18 into the game. This is cool, actually. I will bid for this. I shall bid. Again, 15 and 18, that's one of my favorite stall combos. Although if 31 comes into the market, 15's value could sink in a hurry. I don't know, though. 31's so tough to manage in step 1. And you spend, like, if you get a plant like 31 in step 1, you end up buying other plants to run instead so you don't have to keep burning coal every turn. I expect Stein to let me have this now. Oh, Stein does not. Okay. Okay. I'm kind of in an awkward spot here. But I'll pass, though. Ooh, yes. Ooh, baby. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. If I get this at cost, I'll have exactly enough money to build a 4th city. But I'm not going to get it at cost. I don't even care. I'm still bidding for this, though. This is only the 4th turn of the game. I am okay powering 3 with a plant this efficient. 18, 29. A dud could come at any time. Though now this doesn't quite feel right to me. I'm going to pass on this now. I can because I can build and power a 4th city this turn with my 15 and 9 combo. I'll pass on this now. I shall pass. I will pass. I do not want to buy 31 this early in the game. And I expected amitss to do that. Wow! If I had clicked on that, I could have dropped 35 for amitss there. That would have been game over, basically, as cheap as oil is right now. I can tell you this. I think either all of my games or all but one of the games I've played where 35 was available before step 3, the person who bought it won the game. Almost every single time. 35 is the best plant you can get before step 3, basically. since oil tends to be much cheaper in those stages of the game than uranium. France is an exception, though, of course, but even there, you know, you have other oil plants. Uranium is a much lower restock rate than oil, is the other part of it, too. At any rate, I'm clearly going to go bottom in the turn order here, so I have no reason to buy extra stuff. Just my one oil and go. So Stein paid in the mid-20s for both 18 and 22. Amitss does not build. Okay. I do think it is on me to build, though, and I need to build Grenoble before mastaba would get it. I mean, I'll get to build next turn, but I need to make use of my 9 right now. That efficient little plant there. I need to make some more money from it. So I'll build Grenoble now. I guess I should have maybe expected amitss not to build, though. We know 44... Oh my god, 35 actually stayed on. Holy shit. Okay, I have to fight for this now. This plant has to be mine. Okay, how much can I pay for this and build Besancon? Hell of a lot of money. I will pay over 50 for this easily. Easily pay over 50 for this. I feel like I'm definitely in the best position to win this plant. Because everyone else just paid, they paid a good amount of money for plants these past few turns, and I have not. See, like, Stein can't afford 35. Mastaba's not going to be able to afford it much longer either. Like, I'm going to win this plant. I can pay over 55 for this and still build to 5 this turn. Holy shit. It finally happens in a YouTube game pre-step 3, 35. And I'm going to be the player who gets it. All right. Let's fucking go. Here we go. This is what I'm saying. This should be mine. Mastaba's in a rough spot because of how much he paid for 29 in the previous turn. 11 wasn't exactly cheap either. Yeah, see, holy shit. Yeah, I feel like I've just won the game with that. Holy shit, dude. I didn't even have to pay 50 for it. That's amazing. So I should be able to store extra oil, too, and get to 5 here. And now I'm in a position where I could build. Next turn, I could build to, I could use, 35 plus 15 and break a step 1 stall. And mastaba passes, which I like, because mastaba at this point needs to build and make use of the 29 and 11 together. And amitss obviously has no need for the 20. Although, 20 could be interesting for me. I don't know, though. I don't know about 20. Besancon. I'll store my oil now, for sure. 17. Yeah, I can do this. I think I should do this. I should store coal now while it's still a decent price, too. But yeah, get all that $3 oil there. So you see what I did the turn before this where I didn't panic and overpay for a plant. Because I had 15 and 9, which is okay to power 4 cities. And I was in an awkward spot with money where if I bought a plant, I would not have been able to power 4 cities. So holding off on buying plants that turn benefited me a lot here. I'd be in so much worse of a position now had I bid bigger for one of those plants in the previous turn. lot of expansion options from here, which is nice. Now the question is, do I stall? No, Stein has to build, I think. Stein probably should build a 7th city if he can afford it. Yep, he does. That is definitely the correct play for Stein because he is behind now. Stein has to move the market. The pressure's on him for that, not for me. So yeah, 20, here's the funny thing. 20 is actually going to get removed from the game because it's the lowest number plant in the market at this point. That's something you almost never see. 20 removed from the game before step 2. Okay, 20 is out, 30 is drawn. I'm not even bottom in the turn order here, and I'm definitely not buying a plant this turn. I can bid a little bit on 30, but eh. I just need to build and use my money here so I can use 15 and 35 together. Yeah, I mean, I have to assume that some of these people will bid. amitss1, I think, could do some bidding on 30 here because he can bid for 30 because it'll take pressure off of 31 for him. Oh, 27 was the plant I forgot to mark off. Mastaba should be in a really good position to win 30, though. Mastaba and Stein both. They both badly need this plant. Stein more so. I think Stein's going to just pay whatever it takes for this, because a market stall could be coming. We've gone through almost all the really high-numbered plants at this point. amitss1 drops out, which makes sense. $25. Well, that's what I like to see attacking this. Ooh. This will be interesting if Stein gets 25 at cost. I mean, I can't bid on it, though, is the thing. Right? Let me think about this, actually. I could put an E-click on it, but I don't know. I'm not going to bid. I'm not going to bid. There's some bidding. 25 is really bad for amitss1 is the issue. Yeah, okay. So Stein is going to get 33 now. We know this is happening. Resources are getting cheap enough that 33 is not going to have as much value. There's 16, 34, 36, 38. Okay. 25, I mean, okay. Yeah, I pass now. I'll take... Nah, I mean, there's not much oil left in the game. There's no real pressure for me to buy up oil at this point. amitss1 is going to make my builds more expensive, though. Okay, here's what I need to do. Can I build? Sadly, no. Can I build to 8? Is there any way I can build to 8? Wow, I can't even quite afford Paris here, unfortunately. Hopefully amitss builds Paris and not my stuff. Alright. Yeah. And Mastaba doesn't even buy oil at all this turn. That helps me out there. I mean, earlier I was saying I felt like I'd won this game when I managed to get 35 as cheap as I did. But seeing some of these other plants go as cheap as they have has definitely brought the game closer. Alright. Okay. Alright, here's what we do. Perfect. Okay. This is good for me. Mastaba gets to expand north through my cities, which is nice. My thing is this. I feel like I don't particularly need another plant right now. $39, $38. Yeah. That gives me the money base. Ooh. Ooh. Well, we know Stein needs this plant. For sure. I appreciate Mastaba building into me, too. Forget to mark off 26. Pickings are going to get slim after this, but... It shouldn't be too much longer before step 3, I think. Yeah? Yeah. I don't want to pay for another 5 here. I'd rather just carry what I have into step 3. amitss is just bidding to drive up plants for other people and getting stuck with them, so he's clearly dead now. Yeah. I am not touching 24 here. I kind of disagree with Stein letting it go that cheap, though. I mean, I get that it's bad for amitss to bid on 26. It's bad for himself, but Stein also, I think, will need 26. Like, this is a game where going into step 3 with a 4 capacity plant as your highest, I think is not going to win here. Because of all these other great plants, great big capacity plants that people have gotten at low cost. I think my plan is see how other people build, and depending on what they do, maybe build 1 this turn and actually run the 9 with the 35. Possibly. I also think this is the kind of game where Stein's strategy is not going to win because of there being so many efficient plants out here that Stein's green plants are not giving him nearly as big of an advantage as they normally would. That's why I think he's in a little bit weaker of a position than you would expect for him. All right. There's Mastaba's build. Mastaba can't quite afford 12 cities, though. Yep. What do I do in this situation? Do I build 1 more? Do I build Mets? Maybe I build Mets here. Or just open up Aqua. Aqua's got to be more valuable, though. Getting Neems here. Yeah. Mastaba's definitely my closest competitor in this game, though. I mean, I think it's worth it for me to build right now. I'm still making money from the 9. Still making good money from that plant. So, worth it for me to build here? Yes, I think so. Nah, I think this has to be better. Securing Aqua has to be the better play for me. Because that's the cheapest part of the map outside of Paris. I was going to be stuck second from top regardless, so I might as well build and make a little extra money from it, I think. Now, though... Wait, 37 was drawn? Yes, 37 goes under the deck. Now here's a question. Oh yeah, 17. I missed 17 being there. And 28. I missed 28 too, dang. So we're close to step 3 here. Now I'll actually bid on 24, though. This late before step 3, it seems a little iffy, but here's the deal. It could make me enough money to be worth it. Even if it only lasts like 3 turns. Still good. Yeah. Plus it attacks Mastaba, who I think is my toughest competitor in this game at this point. Definitely buy my $2 things and stuff. And definitely buy max trash. That's for sure. Yeah. Just put max on all this stuff because I have a suspicion Stein might build. Something I need to think about, though. How I play this is going to depend on whether or not Stein makes the big build here. Because the pressure will be on Stein to move the market, that's for sure. And he should easily be able to build to 14, I would expect. Although, I mean, builds are blocked, but even still. Stein, you know, if Stein can build to... There we go. Okay. If Stein builds to 14 so that step 3 card comes out, that's going to make it interesting for me because then 36 will be guaranteed to stay on the market. And that's the plant that I have my eye on. We have some other cold plants too in the game, 46 and 42 other options besides 36 here. Stein can either play the extreme turn order game, or he can build to trigger step 3. I feel like, yeah, building to trigger step 3 is his better play, and that's what he's going to do. Stein needs to make step 3 happen now, or else he's not going to have enough time to catch up on capacity. And what this tells me now is I build. I build to 12. That's what I do here. I build Mets. We definitely do that. Chamonix, I think I build. Yeah, I'm kind of under pressure to make money here. Building this high could be bad for me. But I mean, I am under pressure to make money, though. And coal is safe enough. I mean, I can fire the 15 this turn and still easily bid for 36 on this next turn here. That's the plant I am eyeing in this situation. Having this few plants in the deck going into step 3 is really rare. Actually, come to think of it, 24 was arguably a mistake for me. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that. 44 was drawn. Okay. Well, I'm obviously going to bid big on this because I got 15. You know, Stein extremely needs this plant, of course. I can replace, because I can, you know, I got my coal stored in 15. I can easily replace that with this thing. I'm just going to cut past some of the foreplay here and put this up into like the 55. I'm going to bid 55 on this or something. Come this next turn. Also, I'm probably not winning this game. I don't know. amitss has done a surprisingly decent job getting back into this. After all the crazy bidding on, you know, 25 and 26 so soon after 31. He's surprisingly not that bad off in terms of money. Although, coal is not going to be cheap any longer, though. The other two 7 capacity plants are in the game here. Just gonna keep bidding on this. We know Stein has all the money in the world. I'll bid 70, sure. Yeah, I think. $50. This is cool. Have to hope someone else bids on this, actually. Well, this is awkward. But here we are. God damn it, 46 coming right after, then I wouldn't have had to waste my coal. Boo. I guess storing extra coal was a mistake there. I guess because 36 was going to be safe for me regardless. So, oh well. Oh well. Mastaba's going to win the game now. I'm pretty sure Mastaba's going to win the game with that. Even having the extra uranium stored in 11, that's not quite as painful as my coal. Ugh, that sucks. Oh, that sucks. So much. I hate having to replace that damn coal. I mean, it hurts Stein a tiny bit, but that's not going to matter. We are only down to 1 7 capacity plant, though. Mastaba's figuring out now if he can end the game this turn. If he can end the game this turn, obviously you replace the 11 and just buy all your resources and end it now. If you can't end the game this turn, then you replace 29. So this tells me it's game over now. So GG. Being able to buy 46 at cost, that was like the worst plant that could have come for me after 50 there. Worst possible plant that could have come, because we know that amitss can't buy a plant this turn. So that got mastaba the fucking gold right there. That's going to win him the game. Like, there's nothing we can do now. Because Stein and I both need the last remaining 7 capacity plant. Oh, never mind. Mastaba can't end the game. Okay. Cool. That's better for me then. Obviously, I'm not buying extra trash because 24 gets replaced next turn. I definitely buy my 1 oil, though, just because. Oh, this sucks, though. The nice thing is at least I can stay below Stein. So there is a chance Stein gets locked out of a 7 plant on the next turn here. I feel like if 38 comes onto the market when Stein can bid on it, he'll win. If not, I might be able to win. We'll see. Yeah, stock up my $1 $3 oil. I'm still not sure if 24 actually made me money, by the way. I mean, it may have been good just in how much it hurt mastaba. Like, he may have been able to end this game if I didn't hurt his trash with 24 earlier. Maybe. Stein only storing 3 coal on 36 is interesting. In his position, I would have definitely wanted to store the max coal just to be extra safe. I guess, like, there's only 1 more coal plant left to come in the game, though. So I'm going to get blocked from Paris. Mastaba and amitss both build before me. But I get Aqua, which is okay. Unfortunately, I have the highest numbered plant in the game, so I'm going to lose any turn order tiebreakers. Need to think about this. Mastaba building to 15 gives me... Okay. Really? Okay, so I guess resources were cheap enough that Mastaba buying extra, he still would not have been able to end the game with them. Yeah. Getting blocked from Paris. Wow, so I am going to be 15 cities and at the bottom of the turn order. All right, cool. Cool. So all my cities left are just going to be these and Aqua. Yeah, we do that. Sure. Stein with lowest capacity obviously cannot end the game. Hopefully people don't go crazy bidding for 39, though. That's my concern. We have to make sure Stein does not get any extra chances at a 7 plant here. It does seem like that my 24 buy basically prevented mastaba from ending the game this turn. So that's interesting. Problem is this. I mean, it's going to take 18 to win next turn. And Mastaba's going to have extra resources, like one way or another. He's going to have some wasted. Oh, god damn it, there's... God damn it. Mastaba actually built above Stein, too, which sucks. Stein was he was most likely to see 38 then. But regardless, we now have to put 38 up for bid. So that means Stein's probably going to win the game now. See, man, this sucks. I really thought that we wouldn't have the time, that there wouldn't be enough time for Stein to catch up. But all the 7s being in the game is what saves Stein here. And ultimately he's going to win because of that. This is interesting, though, with me being at bottom. 1, 2, 3. So I can afford to pay... Oh, wow! Mastaba's saying he can go for 19. Well, I pass on this for sure. So 65. 65 is my number that I can pay for the 38 there. So I'm not going to win this game. I really thought 35 was going to win me this game. Because I got 35 fairly cheap. I guess it was just so many other plants after 35 ended up going even cheaper. I guess that's what made the difference here. Because, I mean, I can afford to bid plenty and get to 18 this turn. So we know 37 is the last plant left, which is completely irrelevant now. Mastaba could even safely buy 42 here. And that might actually be more effective for him because he has 2 coal stored in his other plants. Like, he could move the 2 coal onto 29 and replace that with 42, so he wouldn't waste any resources. Yep. Hard pass from us. Yeah. Now we're forced to bid in 38, which I think Stein's going to win, and I'm going to end up in 3rd place. 3rd place after buying 35 in step 1. That shocks me. Still. So 65 is my number. Stein's number has to be higher than mine, for sure. Yep, and there it is. Stein bids the 66 there. Okay. Wait, never mind. I'm actually going to get last. Well, not that it... I mean, normally in this game, I try to only play for first place and not care about anything else. Wow. So I'm actually going to finish last then. Huh. That's weird to me. Stein did pay... I mean, Mastaba's still going to win, though. It's just Stein's going to get 2nd, though. Yeah. 46. Worst damn plant that could have come after 50, I swear. Ugh. I think it was builds more than anything that ended up killing me. The fact that I couldn't get... I was the one player who got locked out of Paris completely. That probably hurt me a lot, come to think of it. And also not getting like any of Aqua until step 3. Yeah, the builds were my weakness in this game, in retrospect. Yeah, that's it. I'm actually going to finish last. Holy shit. Like, I kind of needed to stay in the auction just to bid Stein up on 38, but, yeah. God. Yeah, I don't know, though. Come to think of it, I just realized something. I might have been better off building in brown than yellow for my start, just so I can get Paris. Yep. And there we go. There's a rare finish for you in a 4-player game, powering 19, 18, 17, and 16. Okay. Well, that was certainly an eventful game there. Probably a really short one in terms of turns. In terms of the number of turns, that was a shorter game than usual, too, for 4-player. Very nice win to Mastaba, and also a very nice comeback by Stein to get to 18. But yeah. Really, this game just came down to, again, a couple things. Really just the market not stalling after 35, and then the builds. Interesting here. All right. Well, good game to everybody here, and this just goes to show you that 35 isn't always as broken. Like early 35 isn't always as broken as I think it is. Apparently. All right. See you later.